Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Haiku Friday, December 23rd, 2022. Yes, Christmas Eve, if you will. Hope you're staying warm. Most of us are. Uh, I'm anybody out of power. I'm really sorry. Anybody stranded, homeless, terrible time out there right now for you. Anyway, thinking about thinking about you all as it's very cold out on this Christmas Eve. All right, let's get going. This first one is from Don Q. And Don Q said that he was commissioned basically. Well, Jim asked him to write a haiku referring to the bomb cyclone, and so he did. And Jim's not feeling well right now, so we're wishing Jim a very speedy recovery and to get well soon. Not a good time to be laid up. A lot of people sick right now during the holiday season. I think sometimes that's when people feel like your body says, "Oh, I can take a rest now." But you know, let's let's celebrate Christmas, shall we? Okay, here's the first one from Don Q. Explosives expert fuses in her bag of tricks lit in the vortex. Yeah, bomb cyclone. Get well soon, Jim. Okay. Thank you very much, Don Q. Have a Merry Christmas. And now we have one from Tom. And Tom just sends delightful scenes of his grandkids, and this is a very cozy haiku. Granddaughter's morning, sitting on lap, warm, cozy, drinking her bottle. Ah, isn't that nice? That's a beautiful Christmas image. Thank you, Tom. Merry Christmas to you. All right, now we have one from Rico-san. Uh, and Rico-san hardly ever does this, but Rico-san sent me a picture to accompany this. So I'm going to read the haiku and then I'm going to show you the picture in a very old tech fashion. Spiders in the sink. Everyone needs a house frog, the all-season pet. And if you've been following Haiku Friday for a while, you know this isn't the first time that Rick has told us about his wonderful, wonderful house frog. And here's a picture. Here's a picture of the house frog right there. Look at that thing. Isn't it cute? It's coming out of like a jar. It looks like it's going to kiss that koi. Man, I asked Rico-san if this is the same one that was last year, or if it's a descendant. I think he might be onto something. This would be great to have some house frogs. All right. Thank you, Rico-san. Thank you very much. Okay. Then I have mine. I was gonna cut Haiku Friday short. Can't do that without reading mine. All right. Loving snow's beauty, below zero's challenging. 10K steps in place. Yeah, I'm going out running in this stuff. But yesterday, Sarah and I went for a walk the day before yesterday, and it was like so cold. Our faces got frozen. And yesterday we decided not to leave, not to really go outside. Sarah went outside a little bit. I don't think I went outside at all. But Sarah did for a few minutes. So this was like our first time inside, and I realized I wasn't going to get much exercise in. So what did I do? I I basically, you could say I ran in place, but I moved maybe like a centimeter every 10 steps around the basement, and I wound up getting my 10,000 steps in like an hour of doing that. It was maddening. Maddening, I tell you. Okay, so that concludes the very formal portion of Haiku Friday. Now I'm going to update those of you who care to stay tuned. Those who don't, I totally get it. On what's new around here. Well, okay, same as you. It's been very cold indeed. Luckily, oh boy, probably 15 years ago, I built a sauna in the basement. We had a little workbench, which was sort of our computer area. I framed that in and then ordered basically a kit, which is it came in a big pallet, but with a by a semi. It had tongue and groove. It had the heater. It had insulation, I think, too, maybe, or it was like I think it was like insulative metallic stuff. I remember. Um, and the benches were pre-made, as was the door. I just had to put the door up. And so I built a sauna in the basement. And so the other day, I've been doing this, trying to do this once a week. I lay in the sauna. I get super hot. The sauna's about 170 degrees, I guess. Takes a while, especially if you're cold, to heat up. But and then I get really sweaty, and then I go out and I lay, or I don't lay. I stand outside in the snow and the ice, barefooted, with just a towel on. And I'm sure my neighbors go, "What is going on over there now?" So that's what's going on. I know my neighbors don't watch this, but if you did, that's what is going on. It was You see a giant cloud of steam moving about the backyard. That's me. Okay, so that's how I've been combating the cold. Um, I had my radio show on Tuesday, still at the library. Very nice studio, very nice. Really weird to go into a place where there's nobody there. Um, don't get to say hi to anybody that I know. Just go in and do my show and leave. Strange. I did my Christmas special that I did last year. I did that again because I was didn't know whether the streaming would be up and running, which I have come up a workaround when next time it's down. And I'm really next week. I'm having my friend Kristen Cashel. She's a psychologist, a doctor in psychology, and she is going to. We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, and so we're going to do that live, and so it's up and everything's streaming, which is good. And then I'm going to have my backup here in my home studio, my art slash recording slash video slash writing studio. Everything happens in this little, gosh, what is it? Probably 10 foot by 10 foot space I have down here. Maybe a little bit like 10 by 12. All right, so that's going on. Like I said, I've been doing some writing, working on a couple of little radio. One's a radio play, the other one's the play. And then, of course, my usual crazy writing. I'm working on a new painting right now. And I've decided, my paintings are always usually about stories, not always, but there's usually a story involved. And this one, it's turning out to be something about the river, Spokane River particularly, salmon, dams, electricity, the platted earth, and the eventual okayness that will come. So I am painting that. I'm looking at it right now. It's weird. I like it. Again, it'll be a painting nobody will want uh, because it's going to be cool, but probably not a lot of people interested in that stuff, but I am. So I'm gonna do it. Uh, we're celebrating Christmas today because of everybody's schedules, work schedules of my kids. We had to push it. We usually do it on the 24th, but we're doing it on the 23rd today. So that's going to be fun, super excited about that. I'm going to go pick up my mom today, which she lives about a half hour north of here. So that's going to be fun getting up there and then driving her home after the celebration, which will, not going to do this too late because we got kids, beautiful grandchildren. So hopefully there's going to be like 10 or 11 of us here today. I'm hoping. Then after that, things clear out really good for Christmas and Christmas Eve. All right. I've been doing some reading. I bought the Rich Roll book because I really enjoy his podcast. Thanks to Joshua Awesome turning me onto that, um, which I bought Rich Roll's book, beautiful picture book called Rich Roll Voicing Change, Part Two, where he interviews people on his podcast. And, I've always been a biography person. I remember in second grade or third grade, just they had a set of books for kids of biographies, and I found them very inspiring. So I'm inspired by these people's stories. Yes. So I'm reading that, and then I'm almost done with Braiding Sweet Grass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. And that's been a really great book, too. And also balancing those out with Sucker's Portfolio by Kurt Vonnegut. And this is a cool book because it's a bunch of short stories. I think one's like an essay, and then there's one unfinished piece. Um, and I don't think any of these have ever been published before. So they're kind of interesting. They're a little bit, I'd say, not as finished as a lot of Kurt Vonnegut stories, but they're still great stories. And that's what you need is a great story if you're a writer. I'm sorry, you can be a great writer and not write about anything, but it's not as good as if you got a great story in there too. So been really enjoying those three books. We had a great visit this last weekend to visit our friends Rick and Laura Lee at their Quillisasket farm, where we were treated so well. And actually, it's cool because it's not just a farm; it's a cheese business. It's a school that teaches about sustainable cooking. They host some incredible classes for people from all over the world, and this is kind of their downtime. So we wouldn't, in the middle of the summer, these guys are so busy, but now we can take time and visit. So we did, and it was as always, the company is just so wonderful, and the food, man, best you're going to find any place. So anyhow, that was wonderful. Thanks again, Rick and Laura Lee, for hosting us. And that's about it, I guess. So I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and hope your 2023, gosh, isn't that a weird thing to say? 2023. Um, hope it's great. Hope we stay healthy. We keep our community going, make art, create things. Uh, and let's just build a beautiful world together. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And I look forward to talking with you on Friday. Send me your haikus, haikufriday.com, or you can leave them in the comments here. All right. Love y'all. Bye now.